Nigel, did that victory on Saturday show the character of this squad?
Oh, without a doubt. It couldn't have been a tougher afternoon for us with everything, from the conditions to the players missing. The tone was actually set on the Friday night, I think, for cup upsets when Salford beat Orient. And the conditions there were difficult and exactly the same. There were a lot of teams. You see Bolton put a good strong side out and get done at Swindon, and Stockport at home, and we could have easily been one of those casualties, but we dug in and found a way to get a result. I think we'd have taken penalties at most points before the game and during the game, but to go behind twice, come back, and then win on penalties. There's always a little bit of good fortune, although there were 3 brilliant saves. But penalties is always a little bit of a toss-up once you get to that stage. But we got through, so it's probably as good a result as we've had in the few years we've been here, just because of those circumstances.
Those 3 penalty saves from Owen Mason were outstanding, weren't they?
They were brilliant, and it's funny because we had the Newcastle game a few weeks before and he didn't get near one. And then he makes 3 great saves. And I was talking to John Doolan afterwards, and they were saying he didn't think they were bad penalties, and they weren't. They were just exceptionally good saves, and it made it then easier for the lads going up when they did take them.
The only downside, really, from Saturday's victory was that your men played an extra 30 minutes. And, of course, you've got a game tomorrow night against Bolton Wanderers. How will that change things in terms of your approach and who you might select? Because you've not really got the liberty to change much in terms of personnel.
No, but it has to be factored in, because we've got people all of a sudden played over 100 minutes who've not been playing. Ryan Sweeney got through over 120 minutes. Huge credit to him for that, but he's not really played much recently. Lucas came on and played. You bring them on at half time and you think 45 minutes, not too bad. But then when you factor in the extra time and the added time, they ended up playing over 80 minutes. Will Evans the same. We were trying to protect him with his hand injury, Lucas with his ankle, but we wanted to get through. So we had to take a gamble. So it'll be a roll call on Tuesday morning, and we'll see who's in the best shape.
Does it change your approach at all tomorrow night in terms of game plan?
I don't think we'll have the energy to go after teams as much as we have done, but we'll see how the lads feel on the night. See how the game, the game sometimes dictates as to what your approach is, how good the opposition are. We'll certainly be expecting reaction from Bolton from the cup defeat.
Yeah, and you said after Saturday that a couple of players, you intimated they weren't at full fettle. Lucas Akins with his ankle and a problem with Elliot Hewitt's back.
Yeah, both came on, and but not him. Those two and Will Evans certainly weren't fit enough to start the game. Hence the starting 11 that we had. But we'll see another couple of days. About a few hours on the bus doesn't help. We'll just get the best team out we can to have a go. We've lost 3 league games on the spin. We need to get a point or 3, especially with an incredibly tough run coming up.
Liam Roberts was sidelined on Saturday with a rib injury. How's he this morning?
Still sore. We're going to look at him again in the morning and see how he is. But no decision one way or another at this time.
Any others to report?
Aaron Lewis is hopefully going to do a little bit of training. He missed Saturday with a dead leg, but doubtful. Joe Gardner's probably still not ready. And all the others, are pretty much longer term.
Let's speak about Bolton. Prior to Saturday's, you might say, shock defeat, although Swindon are doing very well in League Two and are especially good at home. Prior to that defeat, they'd gone 7 or 8 games without a loss. Does that make them dangerous opponents tomorrow night? Because they'll surely have a lot of rage and fury inside them following that defeat at Swindon on Saturday.
Definitely, and I saw them earlier on in the season, and it's probably the best footballing team. Cardiff are impressive. I thought Bolton were the best footballing team that I'd seen so far this season. A lot of good, dangerous players, and they will have been hurt by the cup exit. Sometimes it's not the exit; it's the manner in which it happens, and also the margin of the thing. I saw Richie Wellens interviewed Friday night after the Salford game. He certainly wasn't happy. I'm sure it'll be the same case with Stephen at Bolton. So we'll see, but we're expecting them to be at it. Let's put it that way.
Just coming away from previewing tomorrow night's game. This evening is the 3rd round of the Emirates FA Cup draw. Is there a palpable feeling of excitement in this training ground right now?
I think there is. We've got our focus on Bolton, but I think it will be the supporters as well. I just hope we get the reward for every single one of them that went up in the pouring rain on Saturday. And whatever it is, that reward could be a nice home draw, could be a big one away. One of those two things. Just want something that keeps the excitement sort of bubbling. When you get to the third round, it keeps everything bubbling over Christmas. And as much as you've got the 5 or 6 league games, which are incredibly important, supporters and everybody can always just have that little one eye on the 10th of January. I think that's when it is it? Something like that to say, if we've got a nice cup game coming up, something to look forward to.
And previously in your managerial career, you've had good cup runs alongside good league campaigns.
Yeah, you can do both. It's going to be very difficult for us with the injuries we've got at the moment, and we'll be 100% on the league now for the next few weeks because we know how hard it's going to be. But yeah, you can certainly do both. We're at the other 2 cups. I know it was only a 2-game run in the League Cup, but it was a good one, to beat your local rivals and then to go to Everton's new ground and put on a good performance and only be beaten 2-0 and everybody had a great day out. It'd be lovely if we could have another one of those.